Hello, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to show you the 7 steps to a focused airstream for brass players. Now, if you play out of tune, or if you have a student who plays out of tune, or if you can't always hit a note, notes crack, they come out of tune and then go in tune, or if you play a passage and it starts really well and it falls apart, or if you play a whole song and it starts good and then it ends up falling apart, you need these 7 steps to focus your airstream. You need to gain your attention to the subject of your focused airstream or your unfocused airstream. And honestly, it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody could benefit from these 7 steps. So the first step is blow like the wind. Is anything changing? Is it going soft and then getting harder? Is it going up? Is it going down? Do you feel it changing from the time that you start until the time that you end? Step 2. Put your fingers like this. Blow like the wind. This is going to give you feedback. Now, do you feel it on your bottom, on your top? Do you feel it going from the bottom to the middle? Do you feel it coming from the top to the bottom? Do it over and over again. Focus on the airstream going straight. And always remember to blow like the wind. It makes a sound like the wind. Do it over and over until you get it so that you can't feel it. Put it close to your face. And then bring it out. Is it starting to touch the bottom, or is it starting to touch the top? Or is it still moving around? Because if you've got it focused here, it shouldn't be moving around anymore. When you bring it out, you're going to see is it still mostly focused in the middle, because the airstream cannot go straight like this through your fingers the whole time. The airstream always has to go out like this. So when you bring this away, you're going to start getting your feedback. You don't normally get feedback if there's nothing there. You can't see the air, where it's going, how it's changing. But when you go like this, you can feel where the air is going. You can feel if it's changing. Now, when you do this every single time, without the fingers, with the fingers, you change the speed. Is anything changing? Do you feel your lips like coming apart or something? Everything should be the same. Same thing, do it with the fingers. And then tongue. Instead of blow. Before. And then tongue it. When you tongue it, you have a tendency to have the airstream going down first. Because of where the tongue is, the airstream ends up going down, and then you end up focusing it. You want it to be even from the very beginning to the very end, every single time. Now, after you're done with the fingers, you have gained your attention on focusing. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to have some level of proficiency in doing that. It takes 1 minute, 2 minutes. Then you take the stem from a wah-wah mute and you blow into that this way. You blow straight into the hole. Now you've got a lot of feedback. This is going to give you feedback not here, but here on your face. The first time I blew in there, I feel it on the bottom, but not the top. So that means that it's uneven. It means that it's hitting the top first, wrapping around and going to the bottom. And don't forget, like I just did, every single time you do this, you have to blow like the wind. Remember, blow like the wind. Don't be afraid of the feedback. You want that feedback because the feedback is telling you where you're at. Now it's kind of going to the side a little bit and hitting me here. So that means the air is hitting this side first. And once you gain a little proficiency, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, same thing. Then tongue it. You're going to get all your feedback. Then after you're done that, do it with a mouthpiece. This is the biggest mouthpiece I have. It's a Dennis Wick 1.5 CH. Of course, that's not going to focus on that. But do the same thing. It started on the side and then I moved the mouthpiece a little bit. And I'll also remind you, every single time you do this, if you make a change, don't make a change midstream with your lips or your tongue. Start over again. The next step is put the mouthpiece on your face. Don't make an embouchure, just put it on your face. And then all the air is, of course, going kind of directly into the stem here, into the shaft, I suppose. But is it touching here on the top first? Like this? I'm blowing the air straight and it's hitting here first and then going like this? Is it going like this and then wrapping around? Where's the air going? Is it hitting the sides here before it goes, or is it just going straight? And you need to focus on this. This is all about bringing your attention to the actual focus of the airstream, because then after you realize how to do this straight every time, then you can play with it. Then you'll understand, okay, so that if I go like this a little bit, the airstream is now going to hit here. And a lot of players that play like this, you've seen them out of the side of their mouth. It seems that it's not so much an embouchure or a tooth thing, but it's an attempt by them to get a nice feeling. And I play like that a lot when I play softly. I don't normally play perfectly directly into the mouthpiece. I'm exaggerating, but I go like this with the mouthpiece. And it helps me play softer and clean because it's hitting the side here and it's creating this extra kind of resistance that normally isn't there. And a lot of players have gained this embouchure by trying to catch this feeling. And it works a lot of times, but when you always do it that way, then you're missing other kinds of ways to do things. And I've always been the kind of person that if you're going to do things more than one way, I believe that you should know the most focused, most direct way first and be good at it. And then as you're playing, you can change things about it. You can gain different dynamics by maybe putting the airstream on the bottom of the mouthpiece a little bit more so that it wraps around rather than putting it straight through, because it gives you different timbre, it gives you different harmonics, it does so many different things to you, but being able to do it focused first is the best way to do it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And step 7 is play the trumpet.